It is with great honor that I get to present the 2020 Ethel Percy Andrus Award for Community Service to Corazon Sandoval Foley. The Ethel Percy Andrus Award is the highest honor that AARP has. Named after our association's founder, the Andrus Award recognizes individuals who demonstrate a remarkable combination of vision for improving the lives of those around them, a commitment to serve in order to effect that change, and an ability to inspire others around them to share in the service. And like Dr. Andrus, the award recognizes those who have delivered results, effectively advancing AARP's mission to empower people to choose how they live as they age. So let's start by talking about vision. Corazon Sandoval Foley lives in Burke, Virginia. For years, Corazon and others saw the need to connect older residents of that area with opportunities to connect and keep active. Unfortunately, that part of Fairfax County didn't have a brick-and-mortar senior center. It did, however, have various private, public, and nonprofit organizations that had capacity to share during less busy windows of time. Working with Fairfax County, Corazon envisioned an innovative, volunteer-driven network of community partners that would collectively house the kinds of programs and services that would otherwise happen at a dedicated senior center. Here's where we get to Corazon's service. Corazon became the lead volunteer community organizer around the creation of Fairfax County's Burke West Springfield Senior Center Without Walls. From the center's founding in 2008, Corazon has identified and worked to engage places of worship, local neighborhoods, and businesses to utilize their facilities. Demonstrating the impact that older adults and volunteers can have on their community, Corazon continues to serve as the center's advisory board president. It's a position she's held since the center's creation. Through the partners she's helped amass, the center provides local older residents with important opportunities for lifelong learning, physical activity, and social encounters. This year, facing the destructive disruptions caused by the coronavirus pandemic, Corazon went further. With the inability to have people gather in person for the center's activities, she took on a significant new role in the development and implementation of an online platform to assist older residents. Already responsible for developing a community partner network that served as an effectively virtual community senior center, she now led the development of a literally virtual senior center. Corazon created a website to help older residents truly avoid the awful consequences of social isolation. She serves as the website's curator, updating it regularly with new content and information. Of course, Corazon couldn't have accomplished all this on her own. Now is when we talk about her ability to inspire others. As someone who still occasionally relies on Dr. Andrus's writings to stay inspired about our work in the face of adversity, this is my favorite part of the award. Impressively, and largely through Corazon's leadership, the Center Without Walls has engaged more than 50 community organizations to donate at no cost their facilities for programming space. Think about what it takes to enroll that many business owners or local property managers to let groups of people come into your space for various activities on an ongoing basis. True to the vision, the center is largely driven by volunteers. According to Evan Braff, the Fairfax County Regional Manager who nominated her for this award, Corazon leads by example, inspiring other community members to become advocates around any unmet needs of older adults. She regularly volunteers at center activities and actively recruits participants to volunteer with day-to-day operations or to serve on its advisory board. The center regularly relies on more than 30 volunteers per session to support its day-to-day operations at any given time. Think of how many volunteers she's inspired over the last 12 years. Her leadership has led to inspiration well beyond her own community. The Center Without Walls has been recognized by organizations including the National Association of Counties and the Environmental Protection Agency, with National Innovation and Best Practice Awards. As a result, the center's model has been replicated elsewhere in Fairfax, and indeed elsewhere across the country. So what does all that good work look like? Let's talk about the results. Since its creation, the center has served more than 1,500 distinct older adult residents of Fairfax County. Through Corazon's leadership, the center has provided these individuals with critical programs to keep them active and engaged. In fact, older adult residents participating in the program have reported significant increases in their overall health, their well-being, their social connections, and their connection to the community. As for her work this year, I'm again going to quote Evan Braff. He says that Corazon's virtual center has been, quote, a lifeline to older adults who are experiencing trauma during these unparalleled times, unquote. It's worth noting that the Center Without Walls, it's known by its acronym CWOW. After learning about it for this presentation, I hope they pronounce it C-WOW. I know. Dr. Andrus described service in a way that remains a central tenet of AARP's work, especially that of our phenomenal volunteers. She said, the human contribution is the essential ingredient. It is only in the giving of oneself to others that we truly live. In that spirit, I am deeply honored to bestow the 2020 Ethel Percy Andrus Award for Community Service to Corazon Sandoval Foley. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much for selecting me as the recipient for the AARP Andrus Award in Virginia for 2020. It is a great honor to receive an award named after a great American, an outstanding hero for community activism, the founder of AARP, Dr. Ethel Percy Andrus. I humbly accept this award on behalf of the Burke West Springfield Senior Center Without Walls, for which I have served as founding chairman since 2009. I actually initiated this program in 2007 after retiring from some 30 years of public service with the U.S. Department of State. It has been a wonderful experience organizing partnerships with the Fairfax County government and the private sector, including churches, to provide programs for some 400 seniors now every year that include physical fitness, social interaction, mental stimulation, and lifelong learning. And we do this while we wait for the county to build us a permanent senior center in our Burke West Springfield area. In 2020, we are very pleased to be informed that the county has scheduled in 2024 the bond referendum to fund our long dreamed of permanent senior center in our Burke West Springfield area. Thank you again, AARP, for supporting all the senior centers in Fairfax County, particularly Burke West Springfield Senior Center Without Walls. And thank you again for selecting me as the recipient of the prestigious Andrus Award for Community Service in Virginia.